look at this, Vince. He is getting raised here with a weak ace.
There you go.
220,000. So another 150,000 to Vlad. Now what do you do with 3 jacks? You're fearful your opponent might have 3 jacks with a better kicker. Could he have flopped the set? Could I go for my whole stack here? What do I do with 3 jacks?
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Sign up today with this QR code or go to wptglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT89 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Best of the best at this table right now. Andy's at 3,000. Blinds 10 and 20. Action on Jonathan Jaffe from Fort Lauderdale. That's just a 10-8, but he's going to get aggressive with it. Makes it 50,000 to go. Behind him, Farid with a king-queen calls.
Farid, a businessman out of Holland, playing in only his 2nd poker tournament in his life. In the first one, he won the WPT Amsterdam to get the entry here. Now he's at the final table in 2nd chip position.
Clock is ticking down for the grinder, who has just a queen-7.
For those that don't know, for the first time ever, the World Poker Tour used an action clock. It's 30 seconds. A player has to act on his hand, otherwise it's dead. He folds it with just a couple seconds left.
Vlad is from Romania. He's 26 years old. He's got 9-6 of diamonds, and also will be making this call.
3-way action. And the flop comes queen 7-4. Farid out in front with 2 queens.
Vlad checks it. Jonathan makes a continuation bet.
Well, Jonathan does have a flush draw, but Farid calls him with the top pair. Only Vlad goes out. Now a 6 comes off. Now this gives Jonathan a 2-way straight draw in addition to his flush draw.
All in.
Well, Jonathan bet 75,000 and Farid quickly went all in. Gonna make him pay for that draw, Vince.
Yeah, and Jonathan mucks his hand.
Had a big hand, good. Only for flush. I win.
You got flush?
Queen 7.
Because I had a very strong hand. Very, very strong.
Right back on Farid. Let's take a look at his hand.
Well, Farid married, has 2 sons.
Makes it 50,000 with the 10s. But behind him, the grinder picking up a strong ace-queen.
Gonna 3-bet it here. Makes it 106,000 to go.
Romanian gets out of the way. Jonathan not gonna play, so back on Farid with the 10s.
These are the 2 big chip leaders. Will he 4-bet it? No, he's just gonna call here. Takes a conservative route with 2 10s.
And the flop is an ace-7 deuce. Mizrachi out-flopping Farid.
Well, probably a good thing Farid didn't get too aggressive with the 10s.
They go check, check. The grinder disguising the strength of his hand with a check. 7 on the turn, pairs the board. Farid's gonna check again.
Well, Grinder's going to bet 50,000 here when there's over 250,000 in the pot. That lures his opponent to call him. And now a queen comes off, so Grinder now has top 2 pair. And Farid checks. And Grinder again letting out that deep air, looking back at his cards, acting like he doesn't know what to do. The only question is, how much is he going to bet? And Grinder's going to bet 350,000 here, just about the size of the pot. So on the turn, he bet 20% of the pot. On the river, he now bets like 100% of the pot. And there you see the action clock, brought to you by Protection Poker.
How much you got left?
I do cover.
How much you got left?
I got more than you.
No, that's not a problem. I have to know how much I can damage you. No problem. No, it's good.
Clock has run out.
Well, the hand is dead.
I wouldn't call that.
Back to the table we go. Vlad, a pair of queens. Makes it 40,000.
Yeah, Jonathan on the short stack here at this table looks down at king 10 of clubs in the small blind. You see the action clock ticking away, but he put a time button out there, giving him an additional 30 seconds to decide what he wants to do. Every player started with 4 time buttons at this final table. You can put in 1 or as many as you want in any pot, as long as you have them.
Jonathan came in as the chip leader. He's down to the short stack at this time. Got a pretty good king 10 of clubs, and time is ticking away.
Well, he looks up at the action clock, brought to you by Protection Poker.
All in.
And he has gone all in.
All in.
Over to Farid. Well, Farid just got the king 8. Well, Farid folds. It is an instant call by Vlad. 2 queens versus king 10. Jonathan Jaffe must have some help here, or he'll be our 4th place finisher.
Who are you pulling for, Mike?
I don't care. I'm glad you have.
Vlad from Romania with a big opportunity to knock out the talented Jonathan Jaffe. The flop is a jack-4 deuce.
Good flop for Vlad. Jonathan needs 2 runners to make a straight, or must catch a king to take the lead.
4th street coming up. It's a 10.
Now that helps a little bit. He can now win the pot with a king or a 10 on the river. Must have one of those 2 cards. Otherwise, Jonathan will be our 4th place finisher.
Here we go to the river.
It is on the line for Jonathan. Can he suck out here? Nope, it's an 8.
Well, that's going to do it for the tough young pro, Jonathan Jaffe. Came to this final table as chip leader. Jonathan out tonight in 4th place.
That's right, he'll take home 95,000, but the upset still to stop. Jonathan out. Let's go talk to him.
Jonathan, you came in tonight as a chip leader, and those short stacks just kept doubling up and doubling up. Was that frustrating for you?
Not as frustrating as losing my own all-ins, but certainly hurts the payout move-ups.
When you're coming into an event like this, you're up against a tough field. Do you feel comfortable in that position?
Yeah, coming in as chip leader is always a comfortable situation, and my plan was to put as much pressure on them as I could.
Well, great run, Jonathan. We'll hope to see you next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Now we're down to 3. Michael the Grinder Mizrachi, a 2-time WPT champion. He's our chip leader up against the 2 Europeans. The Grinder's got just about as many chips as both of the other 2 guys put together.
Action on Vlad. Quick fold by him. And now Farid with a nothing hand also goes out.
Oh my God.
Those aces again?
Are you kidding me?
Mason getting no action.
Twice tonight. But a guy like Mizrachi, he doesn't need good cards, He just, that's against his style anyhow.
Oh boy, sometimes that puts you on tilt when you pick up ace in the blind and they give you a ground skinner.
All right, 2 Europeans against the Grinder.
Well, Farid picks up the ace-6 here, and he's going to raise it to 50,000. Grinder going to make the call with the king-4 of clubs. Vlad opting to exit. So again, the 2 chip leaders going at it. Now flop 8-8-6 with 2 clubs. The Grinder leads right out with the flush draw. Bets 50,000 and gets called by Farid.
Farid has 6s and 8s with an ace kicker. And no club there, queen.
Now this time Grinder bets 100,000. And again Farid calls.
Waste any time with that call. Down to the river. Can the Grinder catch the club? No. 3 of hearts.
300.
Wow, 300,000 is the bet. He is doing it in a snap call here by Farid. Didn't even blink an eye to call him with 2 6s.
Sometimes thieves want to go back to the jail cell. We have 3 players competing for the Monster WPT Tournament Champions, and we're coming right back for more on the World Poker Tour.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Sign up today with this QR code or go to wptglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT89 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
All right, action goes to the youngest player at the table. That is Vlad, 26 years old, out of Romania. And And with just a 9-7, his raising to 40,000.
Well, Farid and the grinder pick up nothing and quickly fold. So Vlad adds some chips to his stack.
He studied economics in college, dropped out, says, I'm going to become a poker player. He loves it. Action on Farid on this hand. He's got an ace-5.
Well, you're certainly going to raise on the button with ace high in a three-handed poker game. He's doing it.
Grinder goes out. Vlad with a jack-7 of diamonds.
That's 25,000 more to call, and he makes it. So the two Europeans going at it here. Flop comes ace, jack, deuce. Vlad checks his two jacks.
Oh, they both caught on that. Farid with the ace is going to make the continuation bet 55,000.
It is called by Vlad, so we're going to the turn. When a jack comes off, dream card for Vlad right there. He's got three jacks. He's leading right out into the razor. But look at this, Vince. He is getting raised here with a weak ace.
There you go.
220,000. So another 150,000 to Vlad. Now what do you do with three jacks? You're fearful your opponent might have three jacks with a better kicker. Could he have flopped the set? Could I go for my whole stack here? What do I do with three jacks? Well, Vlad calls. That's what he does. Tries to control the pot size a bit. And now a heart comes off. Three of hearts on the river.
Yeah, they both check. Three of a kind, gonna win.
So Vlad taking down that pot.
All right, Mizrachi gonna raise with just a 6-5. Vlad goes out. Farid with a king-3.
Well, Farid making the call here. You give this guy some chips, he's not afraid to play, Vince.
And he acts fast, too. We like that. Here's the flop.
Well, 5 deuce deuce. Good flop for the grinder there as he's flopped two pair. And he bets 40,000 after a check by Farid. But look at this, Farid calling with just a king-3, Vince. Thinks king high is good here. And a king comes off, the only card he could win with. And he is checked, and now grinder is betting yet again, 55,000 this time. Gets called by Farid. And the 10 of spade comes off. 4 spades on the board. Neither player going to like that because neither have a spade in their hand. It goes check, check.
Showdown.
Farid shows kings, and grinder recognizes how unlucky he was to lose this pot. Just can't believe the guy caught a king on the turn and called the bet on the flop. Action's on the grinder.
And he will raise his tie to 50,000.
And Vlad goes out. Farid looks down at 2 ducks.
And Farid content to call.
Well, the flop queen 10-5. Nice flop for the grinder as he's flopped middle pair. Farid is checked. The grinder also checks. Now a 3 comes off. Now Farid might think his 2 deuces are good, so he's going to make a bet here, 55,000. The grinder getting out raising chips. Why would you raise here? Your opponent's got a better hand than you. He's certainly going to play. And if he decides just to bluff you, I don't know how you can continue with second pair. Farid throws in a time button. That's the extra 30 seconds he gets now to think about what to do here.
All in.
Whoa, he is going to go all in.
It's just what I was talking about. If the grinder gets raised here, how do you call all your money off with just second pair? Well, he is the grinder. 14.7 million in career earnings. The action clock running down, as you can see.
That good, huh? That good?
No.
Down to 5.
Oh, look. The grinder's thrown in the time button, Vince.
Maybe I want you out on draw.
He's absolutely thinking about making this call. This would be astonishing. It's for his tournament life, remember.
Farid looking so cool, chewing the gum, no tell on him.
Weak four. Show me a queen.
Grinder does lay it down.
Queen.
Oh no, don't show it to him. Don't put him on total tilt.
The cool, quiet, unknown quantity taking control of this event. This time picks up King 9 with the button. And he is beside himself. Now he's going to raise, makes it 50,000 to go. Vlad going out. And Farid here with a pair of fours.
You can see him looking at the grinder's chip stack here. Almost sense he wants to set him all in. And he looks up at the action clock. He throws in a time button. That tells me he's thinking about moving all in, Vince. Never going to fold, either going to call or move all in.
All in.
And there's your answer. He does move all in. Now what's the grinder going to do? He's going to make the call. He's going to be happy to see he's in a race situation.
Flip.
The grinder must win the race or he'll be out in third place.
2 fours.
Yeah, good luck, man. What can I do? If a flop comes, I don't know what you got in the end, you know, where I'm standing with the fours. So I need to do this.
The grinder's brother there, Robert Mizrachi, quite a poker player in his own right. In fact, a phenomenal player. Oh!
4 on the flop.
And a king. Horrible flop for the grinder. Must catch 2 runners to stay alive now.
Still, wait, one card.
I don't like my chances.
No, one card.
And like a seasoned gambler, Farid saying stick around.
Not everything is over.
Might only be his second tournament of his life, but he understands that. It's not over till it's over.
You don't want to jinx yourself. Let's go to the turn.
Now it is over for the grinders.
It's a 6 of spades.
Wow, Vince, that is going to do it for the 2-time WPT champion, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi, out in third place.
Absolute stunning turnaround here at the Hard Rock. The Grinder is out, taking home 140,000. Devastation here in the House of Pain. Let's go see what he has to say.
Well, Mike, not the result you wanted, but you got all the support behind you. That's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I still feel good. Third place is third place. I mean, as long as you win more than 15,000, you're a winner.
Well, you're obviously a champ. I'm sure you'll be back.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, brother. Bye.
Which poker site do you think runs the most cash games? PokerStars? GG Poker? Nope. It's actually WPT Global, the online home of the World Poker Tour. With over 10,000 daily active cash game players, WPT Global is the premier site for real money cash games. Sign up today with this QR code or go to wptglobal.com/YT and use bonus code YT89 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
An incredible heads-up duel that nobody would have predicted. I promise you that. It's between the 2 Europeans who both played their first WPT event just a month or 2 ago. They won that title to get into this tournament, and now they're playing heads-up for the monster WPT Tournament of Champions crown.
Farid with queen deuce, gonna call. Vlad behind him has a king 6. He says, let's go see the flop. Flop is an ace 9 deuce.
Vlad's gonna check the flop. Farid checks right behind him with bottom pair. Now the 5 of hearts comes off, so both players now have a flush draw. Vlad checks again. Farid checks also. Now a queen comes off. This gives Farid 2 pair.
Check.
Again, Vlad checks. And with 2 pair, Farid now going to bet 40,000.
Yeah, small pot.
Well, will Vlad call him with king high? Remember, the guy checked the flop, the turn. He's going to call. And see his opponent's got 2 pair, and Farid taking down pot number 1 of the heads-up battle. Vince, both these guys very lucky to still be in this tournament. Early on at this final table, Vlad was all in with king 9 against 2 9s of Jonathan Jaffe. He spiked the king to win that pot. Farid was all in with king deuce against Noah Schwartz's ace king. He spiked the deuce to win that pot. It just shows you, when you draw out early, who knows what might happen.
Vlad has raised with king 7. Farid calling with ace deuce. Here we go with the first 3 cards. It is a deuce, deuce, 8. 3 of a kind for Farid.
Well, just a dream flop for Farid. And he's going to check.
Nothing for Vlad, just king high. Vlad raised before the flop. Will he make the continuation bet? Yes, he does. 50,000.
Yeah, have to make a continuation bet on this flop, Vince.
250.
Well, there you go with the raise. Makes it 250 to go. He's going to cut his man loose here. No.
He's going to make the call here, Vince, with just king high. Thinks it might be the best hand. The guy didn't re-raise you before the flop. You don't put him on a pair. You don't put him on ace high. When he called a raise on the flop, you don't put him on a deuce.
10 on the turn.
200.
200,000 now the bet. So you might put him on a heart draw here or something. I mean, how far can you go with just king high, Vince? You called him on the river with king high the last hand, he got burned. King high is not working out so well for Vlad here. And the action clock is ticking away. You better hope it runs out.
Yeah, he could get away from this, but no.
He's drawing completely dead, Vince. Has 0% chance to win the pot.
Vlad putting himself in a mess here. River card coming up.
Now the board pairs 8s.
Deuce is full, of course, for Farid.
All in.
Monster hand. He says all in.
Now, if you're calling the guy all the way with king high thinking it's the best hand, you're saying to yourself, you know, if a guy had an ace, he would just check with 2 pair on the board.
Have a good hand.
So in Vlad's mind, he's got a full house or he's got nothing. Do you make a hero call here with just king high for all your dough? If you do, you're going to be out in second place.
Call.
He's going to call.
Wow.
Got full out.
He called with 2 seconds on the clock, and unfortunately for him, that is going to do it.
Just put yourself up.
Diamonds.
Farid Yashu is going to be our champion, Vince. Has played 2 tournaments in his life. He's won 2 titles. One of them, the Monster WPT Tournament of Champions. Incredible.
Mike, the upset has happened here tonight at the Seminole Hard Rock. Let's go down there.
I cannot believe it.
Vlad, amazing comeback from the short stack, but you seemed very disappointed about that last hand.
Yeah, I made a bad call all the way.
But still a good comeback. I mean, you have to be happy with this result.
Yeah, of course. I had a good run, the final table, yeah.
Well done again. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see you again next year.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now let's talk to the champion of the Monster WPT Tournament of Champions, Farid Yashu. Farid, congratulations on your performance here this week. Now, we know your wife and family are at home watching this event live. Tell us what they must be thinking right now, as well as how you're feeling.
I think they are going crazy, like I'm going crazy in my head. You know, it's amazing winning this tournament. It's something I didn't expect.
And in addition to your $381,000 in cash, we have some wonderful prizes for you from our sponsors, starting with the Aura Solid Gold MasterCard. We have a beautiful Hublot watch. And courtesy of the head monster, Mr. Noel Lee, we've got a customized 24K set of Monster headphones and the keys to a brand new Corvette, courtesy of Monster. One more time, let's hear it for the champion of the Monster WPT Tournament of Champions, Farid Yashu.